Hey guys, and welcome to my latest PTCGO battle or deck profile or deck list and deck analysis. And if you guys know me, you guys know I always post a deck the day of or the day after um, an expansion. So obviously, uh, Breakthrough just came out, and and Pokemon Online also had the update too, which is getting mixed reviews. In the comments, leave me what you think about it. So yeah, so I always post a deck. Usually I post like a fun deck or maybe a deck that's been looked at, but nobody really uh, maybe someone likes the idea of the deck, but it's not gonna be played till later on. So I was originally gonna put the Seeking deck because it's funny, but however I pulled a bunch of Houndooms out of my packs I opened. The codes I had, I pulled a lot of Houndooms. I pulled 4 and 4, which is interesting. They each came one after another, which is even scarier. So I opened 10 packs and I pulled the first 10 packs. I pulled 4 Houndooms, and the next 10 packs I pulled 4 Mega Houndooms, and then I pulled afterwards. After that, I pulled Giovanni out of the last pack, and then I pulled Mewtwo's on them. So I'll make decks with them as well later on. But yeah, this one's featuring Houndoom, and we're gonna take a look at him right now. Mega Houndoom-EX, who is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. He is the third ranked highest of my favorite Pokemon. He's a 210 fire type Pokemon. He has nice HP. It's not as bulky, but it's okay. He's got a move called Fandango. Infernal Fang for 2 fire energies. You may discard all fire energy attached to this Pokemon. If you do, this attack does 80 more. So base 80 for 80 more, you do 160. I really like that it gives you the option to. You may. That's amazing. This makes this card way better if you just put you may. If you give your cards options to do things, you'd be surprised at how better they can get if you give them options. So now I'm not forced to do 160 to the Bunnelby, or I'm not forced to do 160 to, I don't know, Sceptile EX when I can knock it on the first hit. Like, I'm not forced to discard, so it's amazing. I love that. Do more of this. Do more of the UMAs. So yeah, so 80 base, 160 cap, and we can up the damage just a little more with Crobats or with Giovanni's Scheme. One thing I also don't like about this card, he doesn't have a free retreat cost. I really wanted him to have a free retreat cost. I wanted him to be the mirror version of Manectric. I wanted him to be the mirror version of that. Of course, I saw this card before it came out, and I still think about this way that way. So yeah, so that's Mega Houndoom. We're gonna look at Houndoom-EX. Houndoom-EX, 170 fire type Pokemon, really nice artwork as well. The full arts of these Pokemon are really nice, I gotta admit. He's got a move called Melting Horn for 1 fire energy. Just got the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. So a nice little mill option you have for Houndoom-EX. As far as mill decks, I have no idea. Maybe it could be used in the mill decks. He has a higher HP, so I mean that's nice. Always have a bulky Miller. And the second move is 2 fire energies for Grand Flame for 50, which is kind of pathetic, really. 50 is just not that much. They're really like pointing it to you that they're making the EX is kind of weaker. But it does Grand Flame 50. Attach a fire energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. It has to be fire, which is a bummer, but it allows you to put it to any bench Pokemon, which is nice. But yeah, for 50, it's okay. And my turtles are going crazy. And we got 2 Shaymin EXs, obviously for the setup ability. You may draw until you have 6 cards in your hand. Really nice ability. We have 4 Zubats. The Zubats, I have 4 of them because I want to start off with the Zubat, if anything. I want to start off with 1 Zubat in front and then have the Houndooms on the back and then maybe like another Zubat. The reason why is because I don't really want Houndoom being, he's our main attacker, of course. I don't want him to be damaged, especially with the 210 it being his HP. I wanted him to be fresh when he comes out. So I have Zubats to start off with. I don't really mind if they go down. They only offer up 1 prize card, and I do run just 3 Crobats and Gobats. The 4th is just so I increase the odds of getting it as my first starter out Pokemon. That's about it. If they do go down by any chance, we do have Sacred Ash to put them back in. So we got 4 Zubats, 4 Gobats. Gobats is 70 HP. Second type Pokemon. He has an ability called Sneaky Bite, where you put 2 damage counters onto one of your opponent's Pokemon once you play it from your hand. It has to be from your hand. And also we have Crobats, 130 second type Pokemon. Surprise Bite, same thing, but you put 3 damage counters onto your opponent's Pokemon when you evolve it by hand. We have 2 Acrobites, 2 Fury Torches, 1 Sacred Ash, obviously for the Go Bat line, 4 Ultra Balls, once again, just for every Pokemon. It's just good discarding, especially in the Fire deck. We have 4 Versus Seekers. This is for Blacksmith, to repeatedly use Blacksmith and maybe repeatedly use Giovanni Scheme, but mostly for Sycamores as well. We have 2 Blacksmiths. I feel that's a good quota. If you might want to run 3, but after that it becomes really clunky. I don't know if you want to run 3. I run 2, so there's that. One Giovanni Scheme, and since Giovanni is pretty new, I'm going to introduce him. He is Giovanni. He's a Team Rocket's leader, boss guy, and he's also the 8th gym, I think the Earth gym leader. Oddly enough, he doesn't do anything for them, but that's okay. He has an interesting thing where he lets you to choose 2 different effects of his supporter thing. So you choose one. You can either draw cards until you have 5 in your hand, so it's nice draw power too. Not stellar, but I mean it gives you the option. And then other one, during your this turn, your Pokemon do 20 more damage. 40, I wish. Your Pokemon do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So that's pretty nice, especially with Houndoom, since you can increase the damage output. So 160 becomes 180 when you play with Giovanni. So that's pretty nice. We got 1 Hex Maniac. This is solely for Giratina. Excuse me, EX, solely for him. I don't think there's anything else that we cannot touch besides Giratina EX. And my turtles are so loud. We have 1 Lysander. Lysander's cool. We got 2 Birches. The reason why I have 2 is because I'm starting to just not play Birches anymore. They're giving me more of a headache than anything. So I was originally gonna put Judge in here, but Judge didn't. I feel like Judge didn't fit. I have play tested this deck in real life, and Judge does not make the fit too well. So I just put Birch in. He's got a 2, so he's not the most amazing. But I do have 4 Sycamores, and that's the important part. We have 4 Sycamores. We also have 4 Scorched Earths because we want to draw things. The Fire Engine has a nice draw power to it, even if you don't run too much supporters. We also have 3 Houndoom Spirit Links, which have nice artwork as well. We got a new contender here, Burning Energy. It is special. It is very nice. The only thing I can complain about it is it's still weak to hammers, like every other special energy. This card can only be attached to a fire Pokemon. This card provides fire energy only while this card is attached to a fire Pokemon. So you cannot blacksmith this energy. It is only fire once it's on a fire Pokemon. When it's in your hand or in discard pile, it is regarded as a colorless, or even not even that. It's just regarded as just I would assume it's regarded as a colorless energy. Other than that, you can't use it for blacksmith. Is what I'm trying to say. If this card is discarded by an attack of a fire Pokemon, this card is attached to this card from your discard pile to that Pokemon after attacking. If this card is attached to anything other than a fire Pokemon, discard this card. So if you attach it to Vileplume, this gets discarded immediately. The only thing I wanted it to be was on your next turn you can attach it back. Like I don't know, it would have messed with the game, I know, but just because you can use it, but then it goes back to your Houndoom-EX, and they can just enhance hammer it on their turn, which just defeats the purpose of this whole card. But oh well. That is it as the Mega Houndoom deck. Hopefully you enjoy the videos. I know the animations are slower, and so they make the thing slower, but I took some time and maybe shortened the animations and sped it up, so hopefully it's not too bad. I don't know. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it though. Tell me if you did enjoy me speeding it up, because I will speed up the other decks if you guys enjoy it, or if you guys don't mind, you're just watching the animations go as they go. But for this one, I'm gonna speed it up, the animations at least. That way, it's not as long. It doesn't look as long. But yeah, so hopefully you guys do enjoy the video. All right, we are going against our opponent, who is running a very dark colors deck, which is nice. Our opponent has the advantage, and the coin flip thing doesn't really bother me all too much. I kind of enjoy it really, but some people don't like it. Excuse me. So I can kind of see why the background is kind of flashy, but it kind of resembles like the battle animation for Pokemon. Either way, our opponent mulligans. He is indeed running a Mega Gardevoir deck, and we are running Houndoom-EX. So nice, Mega versus Mega, and we open up with a Zubat, so not too bad. We also have 2 Sycamores and Houndoom Link and a Burning Energy, which is a bummer. My opponent mulligans yet again, so we get to draw 2 extra cards, which might help us out. I want at least to have a Houndoom-EX so I can attach the Spirit Link and the Burning Energy. However, my mulligans gave me a Blacksmith. My opponent's mulligans gave me a Blacksmith, a Sycamore, and a Scorched Earth. Scorched Earth is probably the only thing I can really play. Unfortunately, Sycamore is going to make us discard a lot of resources here, but it's the only thing we really can do. Zubat cannot win the game by himself. So I do get a Houndoom-EX after that, and I also get a Link and the Fire Energy. So I put on the Zubat and I attach my Spirit Link and I attach the Fire Energy. And I played on another Shaman to use my ability to draw until I have 6 more, until I have 6 cards. Because of that, I got 2 Crobats and 2 Golbats and an Ultra Ball and a Fire Energy. So not the most amazing hand, but still something we can work with. And that's the end of my turn. My opponent plays a Pokemon Fan Club, and let's see what he gets. As I'm gonna look at my discard pile just real quick, but the only thing that really bugs me about this update, I want to say, is the mouse zoom. It really irks me. It just, if you're gonna zoom, at least show me the information I need from it. My opponent gets a Spritzee and a Gardevoir EX and plays them down, and he's gonna attach a Link to his Gardevoir EX. I know it's a Link now, so I don't have to worry about what tool he's attaching. He plays on Fairy Garden, and he also Battle Compressors, which is actually kind of neat. I never realized, I don't really know much Fairy decks that play Battle Compressor, so it's a new tech he has here. It's probably for that Dark Pokemon he has in here. He probably has Evolta, actually. Would make sense, I guess, a little bit. I don't know. So yeah. Yeah, the only thing I don't like so far is just the speed and the mouse zoom thing. The mouse zoom thing is kind of a thing. Anyways, my player plays on a Shaman and draws a little more. Draws him to a 6. I'm sorry, draws the hand 6. He puts a Fairy Energy onto his Xerneas, and he benches another Xerneas. He's gonna use Geomancy. I don't know why the card moves like that. And then he Geomancies and puts Fairy Energy on his Gardevoir EX and his Xerneas, his bench Xerneas. I evolve into Golbat because of free retreat cost reasons, and because I believe Gardevoir has a 170 HP, so I need to get that down to lower than 160 so I can knock it out with Mega Houndoom. So I do 20 to Gardevoir, and I'm evolving other Golbats and using the ability on the Spritzee. Spritzee is the backbone of the Fairy decks because it allows them to transfer the energies around. I also have Ultra Ball, and I Ultra Ball my Fire Energy and my Crobat. And what I was doing right now is because I thought Ultra Ball worked that you absorb the other cards kind of thing because it's dragging it. So I was dragging it to the cards I wanted to get rid of, but it didn't play that way, so I had to play it the normal way. I get on a Shaman, bench him, and then draw a fresh hand of 6 here, and I attach the other Fire Energy to my Houndoom-EX. I played on Ultra Ball, get rid of a Birch, and the Burning Energy I have to kind of I don't really want to discard. In hindsight, I could have discarded the Sycamore, but it's because I'm saving the Versus Seeker for the Blacksmith, so I don't want to have a dead hand. And so I Mega Evolve into my Houndoom. Now I can start doing the work. I'm going to go ahead and retreat into my Mega Houndoom and use Infernal Fang for 160, knocking out Xerneas. And I get a draw card. There you go. Another Houndoom, another Mega Houndoom. So yeah. So it's pretty good because on an Evolta matchup, he wouldn't have any energies on. We wouldn't have any energies on us for him to do extra damage. So I guess Houndoom versus Evolta EX is a nice matchup. My opponent Mega Evolves and he Mega Turbos onto his Gardevoir EX. I'm just checking my discard pile just to see. And my opponent Geomancies. Once again, one to the Xerneas and the other one to the Gardevoir EX. I drew a Verse Seeker, which is kind of nice. Now I know I can use Blacksmith twice. So I'm going to go and just knock out the Spritzee with my Crobat's ability. I drew a Spearling, which doesn't help me much because I don't have a Houndoom-EX. But I'm going to go in Verse Seeker for the Blacksmith and play it on the Blacksmith. And get 2 fresh energies. Okay. Put them onto my Houndoom. And I am going to Infernal Fang once again. The Xerneas is out of here, son. Even though we're weak to you by typing. Oh no, we're base. Still. We get another Crobat, so that's nice. Our opponent leads up with Mega Gardevoir. I believe it has 3 energies onto it. It might have more, I really can't tell. I think it has 3. And He leads with it, and he's gonna do Brilliant Arrow for 120, doing a nice solid chunk of health away from Mega Houndoom-EX. However, we do have another blacksmith here, and I moused over Gardevoir because I want to see how much remaining HP it had. It didn't show me that when I moused over it, or it doesn't show me. The damage counters don't tell me how much remaining HP it has, which is kind of a bummer. But I evolved to Crobat because the Gardevoir needs the extra 30 to put it down to the 160 level. And now Mega Houndoom knocking out Mega Gardevoir like it was nothing. It just got into Houndoom's way, and it had to be exposed of. So my opponent leads with Xerneas because he needs to gym out once again, but it's not looking all too great for my opponent, in all honesty. My opponent Ultra Balls away. I couldn't really tell, but I think it's a Fairy Garden and maybe a Battle Compressor, I'm not sure. And pulls out an Aromatisse and just evolves into Aromatisse. Let's see. And that's it. My opponent concedes defeat. That's one of the new updates. Is it no longer concedes, it no longer ends the turn immediately. It ends once your opponent ends the turn. So we go with coin flip again. This time it's my turn to choose. Yay! I choose for heads, and I won the coin flip. Yay! So yeah, I'll go first. You kind of want to go first if you're using Houndoom-EX, but if you're not, that's fine. You can go second. You can use Melting Horn and discard 2 cards on the first thing. So I open up with 2 Houndooms. EXs. I kind of want to open up with Zubat at all times, but I guess a Houndoom is not that bad. We can use Melting Horn, or we can just do things with the Houndoom-EX as a main attacker, starting off with. So my opponent opens up with Evolta. That's funny. First one was Xerneas, second one is Evolta. So I'm going to go Fury Torch and get rid of my Fire Energy, and I am going to get rid of the Sycamore and a Crobat, unfortunately, to get a Zubat. And I want to start letting the damage go up. And I'm going to go and play down Shaman to draw 4 more cards into my hand. I get an Acrobat, a Blacksmith, another Zubat, and a Versus Seeker, I believe. So I'm going to go and just Acrobike. My Acrobike leads me to my Sycamore or a Shaman. I opt for Shaman because I can discard Sycamore and use it for Versus Seeker, even though I already have Versus Seeker in discard pile. But that's what I have to do. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want to attach an energy. I don't want to miss an energy attachment, and I do get one at the end of this thing. We also get another Houndoom and another Zubat. So overall, really big play for us. We managed to attach an energy and a link to our Houndoom-EX, and we also have 3 benched Zubats. The only flaw here was discarded quite a bit of resources as well. A lot of Verse Seekers are gone, but another big problem is our Crobats are almost gone too. I think this last one's in my hand. This is the last Crobat I have, and I do have Sacred Ash, but it's only one of, so it might be prized or it might be really low in my deck before I can get it out, which is a bummer. So let's see what my opponent does. He Ultra Balls and gets out a Manectric EX. So obviously this is a Mega Manectric, Evolta EX, and I think a Sinatoad because he had a water typing in here. He plays on Shaman. Oh, it could be Regice as well, which would be a bummer if it's Regice. So plays on Shaman to draw up to 6 cards. And I'm just looking at my bench. I'm just making sure what kind of resources are now gone. Let's see what happens here. My opponent Versus Seekers out a Shauna, and he plays Shauna and shuffles his hand again and draws out 5. My opponent touches a Dark Energy to Evolta, Baby Evolta, and he's going to Oblivion Wing for 30. I don't believe he discarded any more energies, so yeah, he just Oblivion Wing for 30. And we have yet another Fire Energy. I'm going to go and place that down. Unfortunately, I have to get rid of my last Crobat, so I can get a Sycamore, so I'll hopefully get the Mega Houndoom going. I'm going to go in Sycamore. I draw Mega Houndoom, my first card, yes, but I also draw a Hex Maniac, and also draw a Giovanni and a Sycamore. So I'm going to Mega Evolve and of course use Infernal Fang for nice. I was thinking about using my Golbats to lower HP down, but at any point in time I wouldn't get it lower than 80, so I just Infernal Fanged. Boom! 160 right in Evolta's face. But yeah, I was thinking about using my Golbat's abilities to lower its HP to at least 80, but even if I did that, I lowered it to 90, which is a bummer. So either way, I just decided to Infernal Fang. Now I have no energies on my Houndoom. Fortunately, my opponent doesn't really have much energies on his Manectric either, but he touches a dark energy and he's able to use Overrun. Plays another Shaman to draw a fresh hand, or not a fresh hand, but draw some cards. I think a draw power 3. I think it was 3. And let's see what happens here. He's gonna go and Life Center out my Shaman for obviously for weakness purposes, but he could have Life Center out my Zubat as well. He overruns, doing 40 to Shaman and 22 on Mega Houndoom. We get Scorched Earth, so we can use the Fire Energy. I want to use my Fire Energy, draw 2 cards. I get the Lysander, and I get the Verse Seeker for Blacksmith. Unfortunately, I have no real way of retreating my Shaman, and for some reason Hex Maniac is just flying out telling me to play it, and I have no idea why it wants me to play Hex Maniac. But right now we're kind of stuck. I have no real way of retreating my Houndoom-EX, so right now it's kind of stuck. Yeah, it's just stuck there. So our opponent can just do what he wants really until we are ready. However, my opponent does play on Houndoom-EX and put the double cost of energy attached to it. So now things are looking even grimmer because now we're going to be item locked. My opponent Mega Evolved into Mega Manectric. One of the things that Mega Manectric has against us is that free retreat cost, so he's able just to freely retreat into his Houndoom-EX. One thing I wanted Mega Houndoom to have at least as well as free retreat cost. One thing I do gotta admit is a Mega Houndoom versus Mega Manectric matchup thing looks really nice. It looks really cool when they're fighting each other. Either way, my opponent retreats into Houndoom-EX and he's gonna start Quaking Punch. We attach a Burning Energy to our Mega Houndoom-EX and end our turns. Nothing much we can really do. I'm saving my Gobats for when I need to use them. I don't want my opponent to play down like Rough Seed or something to heal off the damage, and then I would never be able to knock out these Pokemon. So let's see what is going on here. My opponent touches the Dark Energy to Evolta on the bench, and let's see what else is going here. He does Quaking Punch yet again to my Shaman. My Shaman will only have one more turn to go. I also drew a Mega Houndoom, so now I have 2 Mega Houndooms, but yet no real energy to use. So I'm just have to forcefully end my turn. And once again, Hex Maniac just comes out of my hand to shake a little bit to tell me to play it. I'm not sure why. It has no benefit to play it. I don't know why it's telling me to play Hex Maniac. It's telling me to play it. I have no idea why. So my opponent 0-6 my Burning Energy, which is a bummer. I spent so much time caring for that Burning Energy, only to have a 0-6 away. So my opponent finally Quaking Punches my Shaman to death, or to a faint, and draws his prize cards. I promote Zubat because once I evolve to Golbat, it now has free retreat. It now has a free retreat cost, and I do 20 to our. I do 20 to our Mega Manectric and 20 to the Houndoom-EX. Houndoom has a 180 HP, so I had to do that to lower to 160. And I evolved the other Golbat because I was going to Sycamore, unfortunately getting rid of another Versus Seeker, so I can only use Blacksmith so many times. But yes, I just evolved them, so when I discard them, they were going to be discarded either way, so I just was forced to evolve. And that's pretty much it. I drew my 3rd Versus Seeker. No, I drew my 3 Scorched Earth. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said Versus Seeker. And let's see, we saw my opponent. My opponent's probably thinking of how to do this. Let's see. My opponent Ultra Balls away a Spirit Link and another card and gets out an Evolta-EX, so yet another big hitter. He touches a Dark Energy to it and he shot us. Let's see what he draws there. Let's see my opponent. I believe he's just going to Quaking Punch. He touches a Muscle Band to his Houndoom-EX, now does 50. Luckily we can retreat, and we also have a Blacksmith, so that's going to be saying goodbye to Houndoom-EX. I promote the fresh Houndoom just in case just in case Yveltal somehow gets some crazy energy attachments, I can at least survive one hit. I also evolve my Golbat and target the Yveltal-EX because Yveltal has 170 HP. I want to get it lower than 160. And I Inferno Fang, discard my energies, and get rid of Houndoom-EX, so I can finally play item cards again, even though I got rid of most of them. I did, however, get a Burning Energy, which might be useful for my press cards. I also got a Sycamore. So let's see. My opponent promotes his Mega Manectric, so he's gonna Turbo Volt and obviously power up the Manectric. The Yveltal-EX. He does Turbo Volt for 110, and he attaches double colors to his Yveltal-EX as well. So really big threat. So I'm gonna attach a Burning Energy to my benched Houndoom-EX because I don't want Team Flare Grunt, or I don't want my active to be knocked out anytime soon. I do get another Burning Energy and a Lysander, so it depends on how my opponent plays this. My opponent Battle Compressors. Super annoying things. My opponent Battle Compressors, and let's see what he gets rid of. I believe it was Dark Energy. I think I saw teammates, and I'm not sure. And then he'd go ahead and Turbo Volts yet again, knocking out my Mega Houndoom. So that's one Mega down. And touches all his energy to Yveltal-EX. Alright, and I attach my Burning Energy. I'm actually going to attach my Fire Energy to my Houndoom. The reason why is because I don't want it to be hand hammered away. And Lysander out the Yveltal-EX, knocking out Yveltal and all his energies. So not too bad of a turn. However, things are looking down at this point since we have I couldn't get the Crobats out, and Mega Manectric has we have no way of knocking out Mega Manectric in this turn. It's gonna take us 2 turns to knock us out, which he has the advantage since he will attack first. So it looks like at this point we are all out of gas. It was a good match though, Houndoom versus Mega Houndoom versus Mega Manectric. It was a very good match. What really got us in the end, my opponent is, okay, never mind. What really got us in the end, our opponent Hoopas-EX, what really got us in the end was just discarding a lot of resources in the very beginning. Just a lot of the resources we had. That's what finally bit us in the butt. So my opponent touches Spirit Link and another Electric Energy, and he's gonna finally Turbo Volt. I believe we live this turn. Yeah, we live this turn, and we just kind of had to pass our turn. Really, there's no real way for us to knock out anything besides the Shaman, but we didn't draw a Versus Seeker because I think they're all discarded. I'm just gonna go in Sycamore, see what I had left, and yeah, there was really no way for us to get that. So I'm just gonna Inferno Fang. I want Mega Houndoom to go down fighting, and we also use our Burning Energies back into our Houndoom-EX. So because of because we discarded so much resources in the beginning, we lost this battle, but it was still a very fun battle and a very good battle. That's pretty much it, guys. Mega Houndoom's done. That's it. That's game over. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this battle. If you guys enjoyed that I sped it up just a little bit, leave a like on the bottom. If you enjoyed the deck and you enjoyed that I sped it up a little bit, please leave a like and let me know that I'm doing okay. In the comments down below, please let me know if you want me to speed it up even more. I'm okay with the way the speed it is right now, but if you guys wanted me to speed it up just a little bit more, I can understand it as well. Just let me know for that. I don't know how fast you guys will want it. So, but yeah, hopefully that's it. Hopefully you guys have a great day, and that's about it. See you guys next time.